Okay, welcome everybody to another edition of WC Nitro here in TEW 2020 as we continue on the road to Spring Break Bash with a Nitro emanating from beautiful Orlando, Florida. So let's get rolling with the actual show. So we start with a couple of pre-show matches here. First, we've got two of our developmental women coming up with Cena Busick and Katarina Waters coming up, but they lose in an abysmal pre-show match as Celine Cartier and Jordan Cole defeat Busick and Katarina Waters in 11:55 when Cartier submitted Waters. Perfectly solid match, gets a 56. This just gets a couple of women some in-ring time on Nitro in front of a bigger audience, even though it's not like on TV, just to, because they're mainly using them on Saturday night right now because they're not part of the main women's feud. Because unfortunately, with only 2 hours, I really have really time for one women's feud at the moment, unfortunately. But hey. If you notice, Katarina and Scenic are both getting pretty close to being like basically almost up time for being in ring on the main roster, but not quite time yet. Anyway, on to the next thing, as we've got in a decent pre-show match, which is probably going to be better than a lot of stuff on the show. As we got Chuck Palumbo, DDP, and Alex Wright defeating Shane Douglas, Cash, and Sean Stasiak in 15:02 when Palumbo pinned Cash with a Palumbo's Pride. This gets in 65, DDP gets an 80, Palumbo gets a 70, Stasiak gets 59, so, good stuff. And yeah, again, this just gets some people some in-ring time. I am going to make a slight change to the booking. Look away. There we go. Anyway, so basically, as part of the show, sort of the hype of the show is basically saying that, Booker and Scott Steiner last week were told to find partners. So we start the show, and Booker comes out for just this moment, then he basically waves his hand back, and he calls out Golberg. They both come out, big pop from the crowd, and they talked about how Steiner says, this is a conspiracy now who still thinks he should be the world champion, sucker. But at Spring Break Bash, I'm going to show to you that not once, not twice, not three times, not 4 times, but 5 times I've been world champion. And after I beat you at Scott Steiner and Goldberg takes care of that sucker Macias, it's going to be a dream match as me and Goldberg take on each other one-on-one in the ring. Crowd cheers for that. Then Scott Steiner comes out, Magisha, and after a moment, the rest of the Deadpool come out. So Vampiro, Macias, Lestat Morningstar. And Steiner's like, see, you dumb idiots. You think I didn't have any backup? Well, these freaks hate you freaks almost as much as I hate you freaks. So, the only thing that's going to happen tonight is the largest arms in a row are going to make either you tap out, bitch, and he points to Booker, or you tap out, bitch, and he points out Goldberg. Because it's Scott Steiner, and Scott Steiner does what he do. And Imperial steps up, takes the mic as Macias looks scary, and he's like, Goldberg, tonight begins the beginning of your end. And there we go. 88, good stuff. Everybody's over. And yeah, there we go. Solid stuff. And we go to the back from commercial. We go to the ring. And in an abysmal match, Amber O'Neal drew with Bella Phoenix 7:48 following a double countout. So yeah, these two have been arguing for the last couple weeks. They had a match for the title match at Spring Break Bash, and they fight to a double countout, unfortunately, for them. And then if we go here, so after a moment here, the fight continues. Angel Fox comes out, and she basically agrees to a 3-way match at the pay-per-view. So it'll be Angel Fox versus Amber O'Neal versus Beth Phoenix for the WCW Women's World Title. And make your jokes about this being Vince's dream match because it's 3 blondes, but hey, all 3 are solid workers. So there you go. But yeah, Beth Phoenix improvised well, and Beth Phoenix is getting better as a gimmick. So that's good. And it got a 47, so yeah, not the end of the world either. So then we go backstage, and Alex Wright is basically doing a promo with Jeremy Borash where he's like, Lance Storm, you didn't beat me, but I didn't beat you. So, at Spring Break Bash, I want you in that ring. I'm going to prove that I'm the best technical wrestler in WCW when I make you tap out or I pin you to the ground. 65, solid stuff, just continues to build up the little Wright Storm feud that we've been having here. And then we come back, and basically we're backstage, where Jeremy Borash is now with Shane Helms, Gigantes, Cash and Reno, and he's like, WCW fans, don't worry, because your superstar is still here. And at Spring Break Bash, I've talked to Eric Bischoff, and I will destroy Jason Jett's career, and I will end any sort of legend he has before it begins. There you go. Perfectly solid. Get to 73. There you go. Then we have our three-way match involving the three competitors from the three teams that will be in the pop-ups. Forgot about that. Anyway, it'll be a three-way match. In our match, it'll be our three-way tag team match. So we've got Dustin Rhodes defeating James Storms and AJ Styles in 809 when Rhodes pinned James Storms with a flying lariat. So you're basically your typical like back and forth three-way match. Styles gets tossed out near the end. Rhodes is able to hit the big move for the finish and get the pinfall victory. This gets a 69, solid stuff. AJ's already up to a 70 in ring. We're at 64. Storm is slowly getting there out of 52. So post-match, we have a freestyle sting where basically Dustin and AJ have an argument post-match. AJ's like, I could have had the win there. Rhodes is like, points at the tag titles. I was like, I'm going to take them from you. Sort of smiling. And then we have AMW sort of like come in trying to run in from behind. But, when AMW try to attack, the two baby faces fight off. AMW, who sort of like stuck off to the back and then sulk off, I said. And then after a moment, Rhodes and AJ Styles, shake hands to a pop. 59. Not the best stuff, but still pretty solid. Then we're backstage with the Horsemen and Kidman. And, Ric Flair does his promo about how, he wanted another shot at Rey Jr. tag match, but Bischoff said he couldn't have any Horsemans. So he decided to find, another jet flying Castile inside of a gun, and he found it in Billy Kidman, who has April Hunter hanging on all of them. And, Flair also points out that, tonight, Jeff Jarrett is going to take out Sean O'Haire and prove to nothing be a punk. And, Jeff Jarrett will prove why he's the chosen one. And, and at the pay-per-view, it doesn't matter who O'Haire has as backup, because, the Horsemen are going to take him out, and Ric Flair will be U.S. title champion once again. So this gets at 86, because these guys are all good, even if Kidman struggled. So we have Johnny Stromboli in Italy, and he's like, again, we have like we have some like, again, like more stuff where he's in Italy at various spots in Italy, and then like he's back in his quote unquote hotel, and then he gets a mysterious message that says like, someone wants to meet him. And there we go. Gets a 33 because I rated him acting just to test it out. So not the best, but it's 4 minutes, not the end of the world. Did I know this was already true? I don't remember. Anyway, in about that at Subpar Wrestling, Sean O'Haire defeats Jeff Jarrett in 10:06 by pinfall with the Widowmaker. So this is back and forth. And basically Shane Douglas is at ringside, but basically like he like when he actually like even looks to try to like basically interfere, O'Haire just shoots up a look, and Douglas stands down. But anyway, O'Haire is then still able to hit the Widowmaker despite Jarrett trying to pick up the guitar. Gets a pinfall right in the middle of the ring. This gets a 74. And O'Haire sort of like slips out before the Horseman can even get involved again. So then we have Jarrett and Douglas basically argue again while O'Haire celebrates. And Canyon comes out and sort of like, basically takes him to the back and sort of like trying to talk them both down and explain like, that we've got to work together. Again, 83, building up the sort of tension in the Horsemen and the build up towards their 6-man match at Spring Break Big Bash. Which I think did I actually... No, I have not. So let's actually pre-book a match here. So, and this will like be announced like on the weekend shows, but just to sort of add it. So it's going to be officially Canyon, Jeff Jarrett, and Shane Douglas taking on Chuck Palumbo, Sean O'Haire, and the legend Diamond Dallas Page. Let's see here. Air Raid, tag team match, Golberg versus Macias, Kidman versus Van Dam, Ric Flair versus Rey Jr., Canyon. And also I'll pre-book the 3-way women's match. Just so it is official. So again, we got Amber O'Neal, Beth Phoenix, and Angel Fox. Then we have another promo where basically it's RVD and our Rey Jr. backstage, where Rey Jr. is like, appreciates it, kid RVD helping him out in the tag match tonight, and RVD is like, it's no problem, bro. Any chance I get to take out that SOB Kidman, and help out a bro is always a good time. Because remember, these two tagged up for basically a little bit last fall and got a tag title match, didn't quite hit it, but they also were fighting Horsemen, so there you go. That continues that little, that little thing, as plus there are two of the top baby faces on the show. So this gets 75 because RVD and Rey were never the world's best talkers. Then we have our actual match, which gets an 85 because these guys are all very good workers. But in a good match, Ric Flair and Billy Kidman defeated RVD and Rey Jr. in 2025 when Kidman pinned RVD with a Kid Crusher after April Hunter interfered. So April Hunter gets involved. I'll say she basically crotches RVD up top as he's going for the 5-star frog splash. He falls off. Kidman's able to grab him, hit the Kid Crusher, and get the pinfall victory. So this gets an 85. If we look at things, Kidman got a 74, Flair got a 76, Rey got an 84, and RVD got a 77, and RVD still has his hot new move. So that's still positive. And then we sort of have the heel celebrate, and because he's Ric Flair, Flair actually kisses April Hunter as well, and Kidman just sort of shrugs and, also, celebrates. This gets 72 because, basically it was sort of cat because April Hunter is still not over yet at all, because she just basically showed up last month. And then before the main event, we have Golberg's entrance, which gets 71 because it's 2 minutes. And then in our main event, which gets an 81. Okay, so this I sort of expected to happen. So it suffered because there was not enough selling shown. Macias and Scott Steiner didn't work well as a team, so that probably knocked it down a couple points. Booker and Golberg showed excellent chemistry teaming together. And there was a definite psychology, probably because the match was too long. But anyway, and about had a fantastic heat and good wrestling. Macias and Scott Steiner defeats Booker T and Bill Golberg in 14:54 when Scott Steiner pins Booker T. So this was a clean victory. I mean, it wasn't like perfectly clean. Like I imagine like Scott Steiner hitting like neck step on the ropes or some sort of like wacky like quasi cheating move. But at the end of the day, like Steiner hits some sort of like huge Billy, like as Goldberg is fighting with Macias on the outside. Steiner hits some sort of like huge suplex, like I imagine like if he can do it, a Billy back suplex off the top rope on Booker T, and his manager gets a pinfall victory over the guy he'll face from the normal contendership at Spring Big Bash because we need to look Steiner somewhat strong. And if you look at everything, Goldberg got a 94, Booker got an 88, Heels got a 76 and 79 respectively. But anyway, as we move on, to sort of end the show, we have a post-match brawl. Now it's a 2 versus 4 because it's all of the Deadpool. But if the babyface is still staying strong, because especially at the end, we have Paul London and Blitzray coming out to basically save, like, both Dive on Morningstar and Lestat to sort of build up that. But yeah, this gets a 92. So that's a really good close to the show as we finish things out. So this gets an 85. Show increased popularity in 29 regions. Would have gained popularity in 2 Mexican regions, but, limited number of viewers. And would have gained 1 Oceanic, but limited number of viewers there. So, solid stuff. Like, again, not like our best show, but still much better than last week, which got 77. Which just shows, like, need just to, like, mess with things as far as, like, how I specifically booked all the angles there. But let's see here. As we go on to the actual end of the show here, let's see what happened on Raw. So, on Raw, which got a 84, which means we actually beat out Raw. That's interesting. Oh, right. I forgot their... Okay. Yeah, I'll need to do some editing. Anyway, regardless. So let's see here. Undertaker and Edge got a shouting match. Kurt Angle called out Triple H. Okay. Benoit and K-Quick defeated Parasite and Hardcore Holly. Okay. Eddie and the Dudley Boys defeated Matt Hardy and No Dress Needed. Taker defeated Samu. So that was probably a squash. Kane defeated Raven by DQ. The Rock defeated Billy Gunn. Oh yeah, they re-signed The Rock. I imagine this is a worse squash. C-Foss defeated Jeff Hardy. And Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar defeated Triple H and Chris Jericho in 94. Okay. Fun stuff. Triple A hired Warrior. Okay, that's sort of thing a Triple A would do. Let's see here. Sean Stasiak. Okay. Stern warning. And let's see here. Let's talk to Sean. Sean, buddy. You need to do some that HGH. Not the, Yay! Now they're more happy. Looking at the mail. He likes Morningstar. Okay. Terror likes Ambro Neil. Some stuff we've heard about Terry Taylor. That's a little bit creepy. A little bit weird, but, not the most insane thing. But yeah. And JPTO has a new team. American Dragon Aguila. Okay. Oh, that's one other thing I wanted to bring up. So, New Japan also created a new interesting stable. So if we pull up New Japan with their profile and we look at their stables. So, they have this new stable. It's Battle Unending, but look at the people in it. Ken Shamrock, Neo Agawa, Kendo Gushin, Koji Kanemono, and Tanaka. So this is basically bastards and shoot guys. So basically perfect for early 2000s in New Japan. What's interesting is they still have Sika Gun, which I've created. They also have Ricky Gun, which I created with Ricky, Tatsui, and Yuji. And they still have Bat with Tenzan and Kojima. I think that's about it. Let me see here. Nitro got a 1.97, which I think is better than... Let's see here. Yeah, okay. It's actually quite a bit better than their last show. Let me see here. I don't think there's much else to do here. But yeah. So in general, I think things are back on a solid setting. We're heading towards Spring Break Bash 2003, which will be in... which will be the show after this. So next week will be the the go home show for that. So we've got Goldberg, Macias, we've got Booker and Scott Steiner for the number one contendership. We've got RVD on Kidman. We've got Rey Jr versus Ric Flair for the U.S. title. We've got 3 for the tag titles. We've got the 3-way for the Women's World title match, which I didn't do on purpose, but whatever. And we've got more fun stuff. But yeah. I think that's all for now. So if you're enjoying things, go and give it a like. Go ahead and comment below on what you're liking or not liking. Subscribe to the channel for more content. I should be a little more consistent. I know I've said this before in past videos, but I think any time has been more have more time available, and also just in general a little more committed to things. But regardless, that's for now. So talk to you later, and adios.